Hey everyone, welcome to week 3 of Space Corporation. Hello everyone. So, this week I haven't gotten as much done on the game, just due to not having as much time. Happens sometimes, especially the coming weekend will drain even more of my time. But it's Easter, so yeah, we're gonna have fun with other stuff rather than the project. But I've still gotten a couple of things done on the project here, and I'm just gonna jump in. First little change here, I added the debug. So when you press new map, uh, I've changed scaled it down to only be one system right now, just for debugging sake, especially with the save system, because the save file would be like a billion lines long. So by doing it just to Eden itself, that's going to make it a lot easier. But another thing we've added here is the let's see here. So I've added building. So what you now can build, you can see the build button here. If we try, let's see, in this one we have coal, copper, and iron. So if we take an iron, let's take this one. You press build, and you get the build menu. All of these are currently just temporary things. Like the cost doesn't matter at all. There's nothing like that. But if you press mine, you can see we now have a iron mine here. And if we close the iron mine, you see the inventory, it's slowly starting to produce iron ore inside the iron mine here. You can see that. And now I've also added the route button here. So if I wanted to have this iron mine produce iron ore and then take it to the city, or if I build for example, a warehouse. See, a warehouse is pretty much an empty block and it just has an inventory. That's it. So you can take the iron mine, you can press the route button, and then you press the warehouse, like that. And you see it routed to 6.4. So now you see that it's no longer increasing, but the warehouse is now getting that iron ore. And then we can do copper. Let's make another one. This is something I'm gonna try to fix as soon as I can as well. If you go to the coal here, and you see it's currently selected the coal and all the info, but if I press build and build a mine, it changed to a coal mine, but this information didn't change, as well as the inventory doesn't come up here. So it kind of like I just have to do some more checks to make it correctly. The same with the route. If I press route, routed to the warehouse. Currently, it is working right now, but the information doesn't come up until you deselect. So I got a couple of things I have to fix there. But now I've routed all of these. You can see that all the iron ore, the coal, and the copper is now being plussed here. This would be, for example, if you had which I'm going to add later, a factory that then takes that iron ore and that coal and makes it into an iron ingot. So you would have production lines. So I've got I just wanted to get the entire resource production and resource. This one doesn't seem correct because there's 7 there. This one shouldn't increase. All right, I didn't add. Never mind. I know what that problem is. That's fine. So another thing I've added was the road system. Currently, it's just a line I did in Paint. I'm gonna try to find some better texture for it. As you can see, it's just a line. But I wanted the texture types to work because I didn't just want a plain texture for the roads. I wanted them to dynamically change depending on where it's going. So I did that system actually. So if you do it like this, you can see it goes the way it's supposed to. Same here, you can see it all connects. So I was happy. That was actually decently easy to create. Just a system where everything connects. Now I just have to replace the road texture with something that actually looks like a road. But the system's there, and I'm happy I got that to work. Another thing I want to do here is for the inventory, when they send stuff over to the warehouse, I want there to be some kind of system of actual transportation. For example, a car system or something. Later on in this view, I'm gonna have ships that move between the planets. I know how to do that. That's gonna be an easy part, I think. While the hard part is probably gonna be how I'm gonna do it because this is in 2D. And I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do it in there. But we'll just have to wait and see what I do. Not really sure. That could just be like a little truck icon or something moving. We don't know. I'll have to look into how I'm gonna do that. But I got the entire resource system going. The inventories, things can connect to each other. Um, yeah, that's like a lot of basic stuff I've been working on. Especially the UI is something I've had problems with, especially with like all of these. But now that I'm getting more used to it, they're not actually that hard to make, uh, which makes me happy. I think that's really good. Uh, I might also take this box here with the inventory and make it like, for example, when I press build, the build menu comes up. I might do the same. So these buttons down here are just going to do, and the inventory is going to be exactly like the build button. So it's like you press here for inventory, and then you get all the inventory stuff exactly like you see here. But this part is over here. That's something I might do. I'm looking into that to see because the inventory being currently, I can add like one or two more, and then the inventory is going to be, yeah, it's going to be nothing left there. And I think if someone wants to do a factory where there's everything goes into one warehouse and then splits off into other directions, this is not going to cut it. So I might just have to move it to this big one so you get more information. And the other way, the routing system, might I need to work on that as well. I just did the basic one where everything that you have in here gets routed to the warehouse. But I think if I take the warehouse now and I route that to the city, this is just going to take the first one, which is the iron ore right now. So it is draining out of this one. It's just going to keep on draining. But since there's three of them pumping every tick into one warehouse, and the warehouse is delivering for one tick, that's not going to be enough. So I have to work on the routing system, but I just wanted to get something basic working, and I'm happy it is working. It is working. And the next one, I'm gonna build factories and hopefully more on the routing there. But it's starting to look a lot more like a game now with stuff like that. I might start working on the nation as well for the city. Maybe they expand on their own, making small farms and stuff like that to get food to the city. So there's more like the nation inventory rather than the players itself. So we'll see how that goes, and I'm looking forward to it. Thanks for watching this video, guys, and I'll talk to you guys next week. Bye bye.